The votes are almost in. We'll give you the latest numbers next on the Rockbridge Report. Hello and welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Michael McGuire.
And I'm Katie Stewart. Thanks for joining us again. The mayoral race between incumbent Mimi Elrod and Councilwoman Mary Harvey Halseth has come to an end. The results are in and Mayor Elrod has come out on top with over 60% of the vote. More than 2,500 Lexington residents cast their ballots in this year's mayoral election, 300 more than in 2008. Elrod defeated Harvey Halseth in the 2008 election with 59% of the vote, making her the first female mayor of Lexington. Harvey Halseth will keep her seat on City Council at least through 2014. Elrod says she is very excited to be serving the city as mayor again. She says she wants to finish many of the projects she started in her first term.
In the 6th District congressional race, Republican Bob Goodlatte beat Democrat challenger Andy Schmuckler. Goodlatte won with roughly 67% of the vote. In 2008, Goodlatte defeated Sam Russell with almost 62% of the vote. In their campaigns, Goodlatte and Schmuckler focused mainly on the economy. Goodlatte emphasized spending cuts. He also campaigned against the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. Goodlatte's victory secures him an 11th term as Virginia's 6th District representative.
Seats vacated on City Council by Bob Lira's retirement and David Cox's choice not to run again left 4 candidates running for just 3 spots on Lexington City Council today. John Mormon, Marilyn Alexander, Frank Friedman, and Camille Miller were the candidates. Friedman came out on top with 28% of the vote, Alexander in second with 26% of the vote, and Miller taking the final council spot with 23% of the vote. Challenger Mormon was left off the council, receiving only 20% of the vote today. Lexington's new city council will include Alexander, Friedman, Miller, and returning councilman George Pride, Chuck Smith, and Harvey Halseth. Lexington registered over 5,100 votes in the city council race this year, about 8% more than the 2008 election.
When we return, we'll have updated election results from the presidential and congressional races.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I think my purse is upstairs on the bed.
It's not here.
Check the dining room.
No.
What about your sister's room?
It's not there either.
The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together!
Pull it down. Buena Vista today voted to fill 2 seats on its school board. Voters came out in record numbers for the election. Edward Matheny and Bill Fitzgerald ran to keep their seats after being appointed to the school board following a wave of resignations earlier this year. They ran against challenger Roy Moeller for the 2 seats. Matheny and Moeller each earned over 30% of the vote and secured positions on the school board. Incumbent Fitzgerald earned 28% of the vote. Matheny and Moeller will work with the other 5 members of the board to find a new district superintendent for next school year.
Polls in Virginia closed just over 2 hours ago. Right now in the presidential race, nearly half of the states have closed their polls. Obama is leading in the crucial swing state of Ohio. In Virginia, Romney leads with 51% of the vote. Roughly 71% of precincts in Virginia have reported. However, lines are long and we won't have the winner until well after 11 o'clock tonight. Joining us now for his perspective is Washington and Lee professor Lucas Morell. He's an expert on political theory and Black American politics. Welcome, Dr. Morell.
Thanks for having me.
The first question I wanted to ask you, obviously tonight everyone's focused on electoral college points, but in the polls released last night, the last polls from CNN, they were looking at popular vote.
Sure.
And they had Obama with 49% of likely voters, Mitt Romney with 49% of likely voters. They had enthusiasm for the Democratic Party at 70%, enthusiasm for the Republican Party at 70%.
Right.
It's as close as it could be.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you think why? I mean, why is this such a tight race?
So why is it tight in the popular vote, but
yeah.
It looks like it won't be tight in the electoral college vote? I think there's a significant portion of the population that is somewhat disaffected with the current administration. They're upset that the recovery in particular didn't happen as substantially as the president had promised, and so a good number of them who had voted for him took a chance on a Democrat if they were a Republican or an independent, and maybe even some Republicans said, hey, we believe in this hope, we believe in this change, let's see what he can do in 4 years, and the recovery hasn't been as good as they had hoped, and are willing to take a chance on somebody new rather than looking at things retrospectively and thinking, we're coming back, but we're not coming back as strong as we thought we should be.
Right. Obviously neither campaign has made race an issue in this election. But you've got people on both sides that have done it. Ann Coulter's come out with a book now about racial demagoguery. Chris Matthews has told his viewers that mentioning any of the following is racist: food stamps, work requirement, welfare, apartment, Chicago, and golf. Wow. Why, why is race...
Code words?
Yeah. So why is race such a factor in this election if 4 years ago we elected a black president?
I don't know that it is such a factor in this election. I don't think that the challenger, Governor Romney, made it a factor, and certainly Barack Obama hasn't made it a factor, at least explicitly. So I'm not persuaded that it really had that much of an effect. People on the president's side felt that he should have made race more of a factor in terms of his administration policies. But aside from that, I don't think that it really played that great a role in determining who our next president is going to be. Number one on people's minds is the economy. And with key states like Michigan and Ohio, for example, the auto bailout looks like to be a pretty huge factor for them. And in those states, it looks like, well, certainly in Michigan, it's been declared for the president, and it looks like Ohio is going to go that way as well.
Right. Well, that's all the time we have, but thank you so much for joining us.
Great.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
In the race for Virginia's seat in the U.S. Senate, Republican George Allen is running against Democrat Tim Kaine. The candidates are no strangers to highly competitive campaigns. Both are former Virginia governors. Allen has a lead of less than 2% with roughly 69% of precincts reporting. A win for Allen would put the Republicans closer to regaining a Senate majority. Tax policy was a hotly contested issue in the race. Allen spent much of his campaign tying Kaine to President Obama's policies. Allen looks to continue Bush-era tax cuts on the wealthy. Kaine says he would allow the tax cuts to expire. Kaine hopes to fill the seat of retiring Democrat Jim Webb. It would be the first time he has held federal office. Allen aims to regain the seat he lost to Webb in 2006.
That's all the time we have for tonight. We thank you for joining us. If you'd like to get the final election results, you can join us on our website at rockbridgereport.washingtonandlee.net.
Good night.